Morocco, one of the most modern countries in North Africa. Massive investments in infrastructure, renewable energies, tourism, and above all, football, have changed the country in recent years.
For me, football plays a major role on a political, economic, tourist, and social level.
The recent great achievements of the national teams are shaping the kingdom.
Football has become a global power.
But not everyone understands the focus on sports. In October 2025, the country's youth took to the streets to protest against excessive investments in football. They're calling on more money for education, culture, and healthcare.
My problem is that all the attention is focused exclusively on football.
We are Morocco, and when we protest, it's because we don't want our kids to go through what we went through.
Football dominates life in large parts of the country. The 2025 Africa Cup of Nations has evoked mixed feelings. Morocco played brilliantly but lost the final to Senegal in dramatic fashion.
Morocco was exceptional. I'm proud of this jersey.
After AFCON comes the 2030 World Cup, which Morocco will co-host. Until then, it will remain a balancing act between football euphoria, pride, and a rebellious youth. Morocco is buzzing with football fever. The Africa Cup of Nations is in full swing, and thousands of people are out on the streets. These days, football sets the pace for the whole country.
Nothing works without us, the fans. We are the player number 12.
We're a family. We meet up and that makes it very special to us.
For a while, problems seem far away.
Football is the heart of Morocco. It makes us forget everything.
For young people, it's a good source of distraction and a driving power for development.
Football often sets the pace, but is it also a driving power behind Morocco's development?
Football unites all Moroccans. It gives them a collective sense of self-confidence, the feeling that together they are able to overcome the challenges they face. Despite their differing opinions, they come together in their love for their homeland, and that is represented by the national team.
Football is everywhere in Morocco. Football stars are featured on advertising boards. Large football clubs in Casablanca and Rabat dominate the streetscape. The kingdom is said to have invested between 2 and 3 billion euros in football in recent years, successfully. The Atlas Lions have reached the semi-finals of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. The under-20 team won the 2025 World Cup in Chile, and the national team recently won the Arab Cup.
The coach has put us on the right track. He has changed the team's mentality. He has given us an unconditional will to win.
And the success comes as no surprise. It's the personal project of King Mohammed VI. His privately funded football academy is the heart of Morocco's talented footballers.
We do not differentiate between players. Their cultural, economic, social or financial background is irrelevant. For us, there is only one factor that matters: their talent.
We're one of the few camera crews allowed to take a look behind the curtain at the Mohammed VI Football Academy. This unique facility for 50 talented young footballers covers an area of 2.5 square kilometres. What makes it so special is that it combines accommodation at school, medical facilities, and of course, training grounds all in one place. And its success is clear to see. 5 players in the current national team were brought up here.
The academy has truly become a talent factory, successfully developing players who compete in European and national leagues and are selected for the national team.
The king has spent around 33 million euros on his talent factory. A lot of money, but football in Morocco has an impact that goes far beyond the pitch.
Anyone who says that national football or football in general is just an ordinary sport is lying. For me, it has a major influence on politics, the economy, tourism, and society. Football has become a global power. Morocco has recognized this importance and therefore pays a lot of attention to football.
But in Morocco, there is another side to the glittering world of football. We head for the countryside, specifically the Atlas Mountains. Here there is very little sign of football's positive influence on society. Nevertheless, there is still a lot of interest when the national team is playing.
We follow the Moroccan national team a little bit. We are older now, but our children watch everything. I always ask, did the Moroccan win or lose?
We are big football fans and very happy about the Moroccan national team.
The people here have more urgent concerns. In 2023, a severe earthquake destroyed large parts of the villages in the Atlas Mountains. Many people lost their lives, and countless others lost their homes.
After the earthquake, we noticed that many of the houses that had been damaged were made of mud. There were problems because these houses did not have proper building plans and were built rather randomly and without any safety concepts. Thank God, after the earthquake, people rebuilt their houses in the correct manner.
As a response, the government is investing a lot of money in these regions. Villages are being rebuilt. Here, a new hospital is about to open. But despite all efforts, even 2 years after the earthquake, many people are still homeless.
We have families in the mountain regions who still have to live in tents. I hope that a solution can be found for them too, so that they can build houses and schools for their kids. The king, for his part, is making every effort. We hope that the other responsible parties will also fulfill their duty and remember the people affected who are in need of support.
But for some, this is still too slow. We have a meeting with members of the Gen Z-led movement. They are particularly critical of the imbalance in how the state is investing money in the country.
At first, we were optimistic that these investments would also benefit the country's poorest people, such as those living in the Atlas Mountains. But we were surprised to see that the opposite happened. Instead, schools even had to be torn down to make space for the world's largest stadium, which is being built on the outskirts of Casablanca.
We all need a decent life. We need to fight corruption and invest in healthcare and education. Only then will we be able to develop outstanding footballers from Morocco without having to look for them internationally.
Back in October 2025, the younger generation took to the streets to demonstrate. They want hospitals, not football stadiums, and are fighting for a positive future. At first, the protests were peaceful, but then they escalated, resulting in arrests and even deaths. The courts handed down prison sentences. Nevertheless, Gen Z say they're satisfied because they have changed something in their country.
The Generation Z movement has gained momentum and sparked a debate. Gen Z has refocused attention on the most important and perhaps greatest group in society, one that should be relied on and without whom society cannot move forward, the youth.
And the youth's protests are having an effect. King Mohammed VI promises improvements.
إذا يتعلق الأمر بمطالب الصحة أو مطالب التعليم.
In terms of demands relating to healthcare and education, Morocco has already responded. Following directives given by the King to Parliament shortly after the Gen Z protest, budgets for healthcare and education have been increased.
أرقام ميزانية قطاع الصحة وقطاع التعليم.
But are those promises enough? The younger generation is particularly bothered by the investments for the 2030 World Cup. For example, the King's prestigious project, Stade Hassan II, the stadium is expected to cost nearly 500 million euros.
It's not just about this stadium, but also about surrounding facilities such as a train station, hotel services, and other sports facilities that turn this project into a complete sports city. It's meant to be a place not only for sports, but also for entertainment.
The scale is impressive. With 115,000 seats, the Stade Hassan II will be the largest stadium in the world. The new landmark is scheduled to be completed by 2028.
After construction is complete, many jobs will be created there, which will be further boosted by the economic revitalization that this stadium and all its facilities will bring.
We are back visiting Gen Z. Even though they're not protesting at the moment, the future of Morocco continues to worry these members of the movement.
In our country, we must focus on the actual priorities in order to achieve real progress. I have no problem with us hosting the World Cup or the Africa Cup of Nations, and I agree that football is an engine of development. My problem, however, is that all the attention is focused on football. The arts sector is heavily disadvantaged in our country. Education is weakened, healthcare is weakened. I think one of the positive things about the Gen Z movement is that it has put things back in their correct order.
We shouldn't forget that we are all Morocco. And when we protest, it's because we don't want our kids to go through what we went through.
With youth unemployment in Morocco exceeding 30%, concerns about the healthcare system and education, the upcoming generation should have a better future. So Hamza, Dua and the others will keep on fighting.
I believe that the movement will develop into a source of suggestions. It will become a constructive power of ideas and not just a pure protest movement.
Despite all the criticism and protests, football will continue to change the country.
2030 ما هو إلا تاريخ.
I think that 2030 will be a turning point for social renewal on different levels. These events and investments will help people in their daily lives. That's the goal. Of course, tourists will also benefit, but at the same time, we need to work on social issues, especially for disadvantaged groups.
وهي التي متعلقة بالفئات الهشة.
So football can be a driving engine for society, but it can also be a source of exclusion. Morocco still has work to do, both in sports and society.
The US will host the 2026 World Cup and Morocco the 2030 World Cup. The US has come here to learn from Morocco's experience, particularly in the area of security.
The Atlas Lions will be back on the attack, at the latest at the next home tournament in 2030.
The 2030 World Cup will be held here at home, and this time we will win the trophy.
Morocco, a football kingdom, but the country is still waiting for its big moment of glory.